Fellas, it's funny when I hear men giving advice about how to keep a woman happy, how to keep her from going outside her marriage. And some of these guys that's giving the advice have been married, dare I say, 15, 20 years. Some have even been divorced and remarried. But guys, the argument never stops. And no matter what angle or point you try to get them to understand, it just does not register. Now we're going to take a look at this video, and then I'm going to come right back and we're going to talk about it.
The night that I told my husband that I had had an affair, he grabbed me around the neck like he was going to choke me, which, I mean, I look back at it and it's like, of course you're mad. Who wouldn't be mad, right? Nobody wants that to happen. But he grabbed me around the neck like he was going to choke me, and he yelled at me and said, "This does not happen to guys like me." And he ran, he was the owner of a construction company. He said, "This happens to guys I work with. It doesn't happen to guys like me." And for the next several years, he was actually very emotionally and verbally abusive to me and mean to me. Very, very mean. And understandably, I felt I almost justified his behavior, as it was, I felt like I deserved it. And I think because of the shame that I felt, I tolerated that. And really, hindsight, I should have just left. I mean, it's not going to be repaired after that. We were in a loveless marriage too. But I found it very interesting that his indiscretions, because he had many, never had to be told to me, because his covenants were to God. They weren't to me. My covenants were to him. And I really, truly believe that when women are in positions where there has been abuse of some sort, that's not the best recommendation to have them tell their husbands. It's like, fix it, give them the support that they need to go through with a divorce if they need to get out of the situation if they need to.
Just by listening to what this lady explained what happened and how her husband responded, it sounds like her husband put himself so high on a pedestal until he thought being cheated on would never happen to him. And judging by his response, sound like this boy had a deep emotional attachment, which caused him to go off the rails. And y'all know what I say about emotional attachment. And it's obvious because he had his hands wrapped around her throat at some point. Because I can guarantee you at that point, he felt like he had lost all control. And that's how men normally feel once they've been cheated on. So when I hear men have these conversations trying to advise other men on what they could do to keep a woman from cheating or keep a woman quote unquote happy, lets me know these are the type of guys that this woman is talking about in the video. Man, let me tell you something. No matter how high value you are or you think you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how attractive you are or how much you think this woman loves you, and she can love you, it's always a 90% chance that this woman is going to cheat on you at some point in time if you stay with her long enough. And some of y'all lucky enough to never find out, because the woman, at the least, she's committed to you, but she want to step outside every now and then, and she never gets caught. And man, I'll be honest with you, a lot of you guys know that your woman is cheating on you, and you know she cheated, and you decide to stay. These are the same guys that's always on a different podcast trying to explain what it takes to be with a woman or what it takes to keep a woman happy. And, oh, I've been married 15, 20 years. Yeah. You probably been married 15, 20 years because you put up with a lot of that bull jive. The only way you can protect yourself from a woman cheating, guys, is to never get yourself emotionally attached. And I know that's hard for some of you guys because a lot of y'all always going around looking for stuff to attach your emotions to. And the next thing is never tie your finances up with a woman at no time, which means never get married. Now, I'm for marriage in the traditional old way, But this modern day marriage, it's out the question. And if you decide to have a child, make sure you plan that thing out.